I'm going to share my screen, kind of take you through kind of my agenda tonight. And then if there's any questions, we're going to open it up. There's a chat piece to this. And so if you, anytime you have a question, if you could just go down to that chat, type in your question. And then at the very end, we will kind of go through the list of questions that we have. And if I can answer it tonight, great. And if I can, I will make sure that I get back to you within the next couple of days on a hopefully answer that makes sense. So that's kind of what we're going to do. And let me share my screen. Can you see that or no? Yes? Okay, great. So we're going to just kind of take you through important school information, kind of what school will look like this school year, and then just kind of finish tonight with some important dates. And again, I will send this out through Parent Square tomorrow, so it's not like you have to take a lot of notes, or and it will also be recorded tomorrow. So our school hours have changed, and I think this is one of the biggest things. All K-8 rural schools in the district will be starting at 8 a.m. and our end of the day is at 2:30 p.m. And this, I think it's twofold there. It's got a lot to do with just, there's been a lot of studies on older kids, younger kids starting and start times. And I think it also has to do with our bus and transportation and getting our rural school kids to school first, and then getting our town school kids, the high school and the middle school and Robert Frost. And so there's kind of like two tiers to the busing. And so, but we'll be 8 to 2:30 this year. Drop off and pick up right around 7:40. If that's possible, no earlier. There's just not a lot of spots for kids to go and with supervision. And so we're hoping right around 7:40, 7:45, kids will be dropped off at the school. And of course, all of our students will enter through our car line gate each and every morning. Our busing is in so much better shape this year. We've recruited a ton of drivers over the summer. We feel like we were probably at the lowest possible place we've ever been with busing last year, just with where we were with unemployment and COVID. And it was just so hard getting kids to and from school, but feel really good with where we're starting and feel like our routes are ready to go. Day one, they've been timing them, they've been dropping off, picking up and running the routes, and feel great about that. And the route should be posted by August 30th. It's always kind of last minute, but there's the website there that you can go to. If your kid is a bus rider, it'll have times, it'll have pickup times, drop off times, so that you're able to see that. And we'll put out that information too when it's time. And when we know those are posted, we'll let you know. So as last year was kind of our first year of kind of bringing in some hot lunches to Evergreen, we have that same opportunity this year, almost the exact same opportunity. So all kids in our school can eat for free. It is a free lunch program this year, and our kids' lunches are made at Silverton High School, and they are kept in a really nice heated environment. They're brought to our school daily. And kids, a lot of our students and families benefited from that last year. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that all kids can eat for free through a free lunch program. And the meal menu will be posted monthly on our district website. So you can see each day what the kids will be eating. Kind of a stack lunch is delivered. There's a hot food item. And if they don't want that item, there can be a PB&J sandwich or something else. There's always a vegetable, there's always fruits and a milk. But we really ask our families like to be in or out, because we can't fluctuate each and every day on, do you want that lunch or do you not? Because it's too hard to communicate that each and every day to the high school in time to get it to our school. So we've really asked our families to say, yes, we want the free lunch program this year, or no, we don't, so we can count on that and make numbers. So our teachers will be asking you and reaching out very soon whether you would like to be in that program or not. And if not, then your kids will just bring a lunch every day on their own. Just remember, during this time of kind of COVID and where we're at, we're not using microwaves at school. So each and every day that lunch needs to be self-sufficient. Kids need to be able to get into their own lunch. It's a little harder for the K2 kids. They have a hard time opening things and getting things out. And so we're asking anything that comes to school that your student or your kiddo could get in there, open it up. And so those are good things to practice before the year starts. I put this down, and I don't want anyone to feel obligated to this whatsoever, but the high school, our food service program, is down in bodies like every other profession. And they're having a hard time figuring out how they're going to deliver all these meals to schools this year. And so they've asked us to reach out to our parents and see if we have a parent volunteer that's able to pick it up at the high school each day and bring it to our school. So I thought I would just mention that tonight. And if there's someone that would be able to do that, awesome. And if not, we'll make sure the food gets there anyway. So I would like, any staff that is on tonight to be able to like unmute and say, hey, hold up, you missed something, or I didn't say something correctly. Sometimes I'm too far ahead and I misspeak. So please help me out and speak up if there's something that is not correct that I'm saying, or you just want to speak. Technology, this is kind of a big one. Our district has kind of stated that every kid will bring their device home every single day. I know as a parent, that's always hard for me because I feel like my child's on a device too much. And when they come home, I don't want them on a device. But I think it'll be a little different this year. And when kids are at school all day, every single day, they're not going to be on a device all day. We actually have live teaching going on and great learning that way. But there'll definitely be some COVID quarantines this year. There'll definitely be some kids out. Who knows where we go with, before the holidays or a 2-week shutdown, we just don't know. But we want our kids to get used to bringing them to and from school each and every day, K-8. So youngers will get used to how that happens, and backpacks, and how that works safety wise. And then, we'll teach how that happens. I can see Mrs. Miller would like to speak. I don't know if you're unmuted or need to unmute.
I'll do this.
There you go.
Just because the devices are coming home, though, there isn't any expectation, at least for me, I don't think for Mrs. Buckley either, that the kids even need to take them out of their backpacks. It's not like they have to do anything with them. Just leave them there in case something comes up. Okay.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yes. Like, no.
I saw you panic a little, so I knew I needed to get to you. So that's what the chargers will stay home with you guys at home, just so when they bring them home, that's the only part they need to bring them out, is so they can charge them each and every day so they're ready to come back to the school. We'll have a few chargers at the school. If they forget to charge them, we'll be able to charge them when they get to the school. But we're hoping that those Chromebooks can come back, or those iPads can come back ready to use. So that's what we're asking our parents this year, is if you can make sure those are charged and ready to go. And that we do a great job of trying our best to care for the devices. So how we treat them and how we, I know we go through that at school of how to carry them and how to hold them and how to set them down and all the important things, but they're very expensive devices. And I can just see coming home and back to school each and every day, some technology damage, which we know will happen, but we just want to try our best. So. So what will school look like this year? You know, in a way, kind of similar to last year, although we're going to have kids every single day. We'll have kids 5 days a week in school. We'll have full classrooms. Of course, all of our masks and safety measures will be, we're obligated by the state of Oregon, by Oregon Department of Education, by Oregon health authorities, and by our governor, that we follow the state mandates. And so our school will definitely follow every state mandate set. Students and staff will be required to wear masks at all times indoors. We will try to maintain as much as possible a 3-foot space in between our students. I know there's a new order coming out for tomorrow about an outdoor mask mandate, about, you know, huge groups and different things that the governor will put in place. But in K-12 schools, that mandate does not stand. And so when our kids go outside, they'll still be able to remove their mask and play outside without a mask. When they go outdoors to PE, we will not be wearing masks. But every time we enter a building or enter a classroom, other than when we're eating or drinking, masks will be on at all times. And, you know, there's times all day for mask breaks. Anytime a kid needs a break, they can bring their water bottle and take their mask down. And we'll do some same as last year. We're very clean. We clean throughout the day. We sanitize throughout the day. Our kids are constantly sanitizing. We're constantly washing our hands. And so we're limiting the amount of equipment that kids use together. So we'll, you know, limit that equipment as much as possible. And we have much improved air ventilation in our schools. We have ventilation in each and every classroom. On nice days, windows will be open, and we'll be getting outside as much as possible. And so if there's any questions around there, I tried to stay halfway vague. I know there's a lot of questions around certain things and what kids can and can't do, but really, we're trying to say it's regular school with masks and trying to keep that 3 feet distance at all times. So if you have any questions around that, please fire away on that one. So just a couple of important dates coming up for Evergreen School. September 2nd is our Evergreen cleanup night. And we would love as many families at our school as possible that night. There's so many things that happen with our beds and bark and trimming, pressure washing, blowing. Over the summer, weeds come through all of our playgrounds and our track. And it's a great school pride night to where our kids kind of all get to see each other for the first time. And we take pride in our school, and the only way that you can fully take pride in your school is full ownership, and that's by getting involved, getting your hands dirty, cleaning up what's around you so that you appreciate it more. We feel like it's the best way to kick off school, is us all out there getting dirty, working together, and making that school sparkle for that first day when we all show up. So that is September 2nd. Would love to see as many people there as possible. Spread the word. We will have a town hall for the next couple of weeks until you guys are saying, okay, I fully have no more questions and I'm just 100% all in and we feel great. Once I start to see those go down, town halls will stop. But our next one is September 2nd, next Thursday at 5 o'clock, same day, same time. We're hoping that all of our families can bring all school supplies on day one. And so September 7th is our first day of school. And so that's the day that we'd like all those school supplies to come into the school. Teachers, you want to say anything about that? Classified, anything more about that? Okay. 6th through 8th grade has we have co-ed volleyball back. We didn't have our middle school sports last year. And so we kick off the year with co-ed volleyball, and we join with Pradham School. Lindsay, did you have something?
I think Mrs. Buckley wants to say something.
Okay, great.
Oh, I just told my parents that they could bring their back to school supplies on cleanup night, September 2nd. So if they want to lighten those backpacks, we'll be ready for that. They can bring it on in.
That's a great idea. Back to volleyball. If you have a 6th or 8th grader, again, we join with Pradham for our team, and we play all the rural schools, K-8, and we play about 8 to 10 games, and it's super fun. So if your kid wants to be involved, there a letter has went out. It's given you all the things about everything they need to participate with a current physical. It's $50, and they can't practice until we have a current physical. And so if you have any questions on that, contact Mrs. Kinsey, and she has all that information in the office. But that starts the very first day of school. And Mr. Murphy will kind of spearhead that and arrange for kids to be transported to Pradham each day through a parent. Parents kind of organize that, Mr. Murphy. Oh, see, I misspoke, see, but now it's been six years. I can tell every face when I misspeak, when I need to stop and yes. So parents kind of arrange that carpool each and every day. And, but it's a lot of fun, and it gets our kids involved and gets them something to do after school. We know that kids that are involved after school in activities are more likely to be successful in school all the way through. And so we try to promote those as much as possible. Picture Day is September 15th. And we do plan a full school picture in front of the school. We'll stay masked up until the picture's ready to be taken. Take them off real quick, the picture, and we'll have a full school picture. And then kids will get individual pictures on the stage in Mrs. Poole's class like normal. So that is September 15th. Make sure that they get a shower. You brush their hair that day. They're looking sharp. You can always tell picture day because the kids come in with a little, you can tell they actually showered, which is good. September 20th is our first early release day. Early release will happen at 12:30. So that's a half an hour earlier than in past years because everything's moved up a half an hour. So early release will happen at 12:30. And then I made a mistake there with our kind of our PICE social. What is the date on that? Someone have that right off. Is that the 20? I have a question mark there because we haven't talked about that as a staff yet. And so we want to make sure that that's a safe night for all.
It's been in October in the past.
So we'll follow up with a date for that social, but we do not have a date yet. But that will be coming. That's usually our first of the year EPTC. It's a great fundraiser for our school, and it's how we kind of survive throughout the school year with supplies and different things for our classroom. So we will get that date out soon. And then we're excited about our homecoming parade and float will be back this year. We didn't have it last year, and so all of our Evergreen students and community will kind of march behind in the parade that the high school puts on, and all the rural schools and schools in town come, and it's one of the best days of the year for me, just to kick off school and have kind of just a lot of positiveness happens that day with our community. And so that will be October 1st, and it's kind of hard to get your kid from school and get them down to the parade. And so we'll put out instructions for that of how that's going to work and look. And we're always looking for our EPTC or a parent that would like to take on our float on. And Angela, I don't know if we've come up, I don't think we've come up with a fairy tale yet, but a fairy tale is the theme this year. And so we'll be working on that as we move forward to start the year. And we are to questions. That's all I had for tonight. If there's anything that you would like to see me kind of elaborate on in the future or talk about, or please let me know tonight and I can add that to the agenda for next week. And if there's any like specific questions that are good for the whole group tonight, we can spend a few minutes staying on and I can, as a staff, we can answer any questions that you might have. I'm going to quit sharing.
Well, if I could just invite everybody to the Evergreen Parent Teacher Club meetings, can I do that? We talked earlier, I'm Angela McGraw. I'm the president of the Evergreen Parent Teacher Club, also known as EPTC. And we decided that we were going to do Mondays at 4:15, a little bit later this year because some of us have high schoolers now. And so with their later start time, later release time, our previous 3:15 time wasn't going to work anymore. So Mondays at 4:15, I think we will do in person, whoever can, but we will also do it with, I was talking to one of the teachers earlier and said maybe we could do both. Those of us that could come, I can come and get my computer up and do a Google Meet at the same time. So those that can't make it could get on their phone and join us through Google Meet or something like that. So it's kind of a hybrid thing. Some can join in person and some can meet just on your device wherever you're at. So we've decided Mondays, which would mean the first one wouldn't be until October 4th. So that would be our first parent club meeting.
Can we do that?
And I'd love everybody to come. That'd be great. And we do have our officers here. I see some of them.
Just get a committee.
Oh, was there a question? Rebecca Murphy is our secretary, and I see she is here. And Rachel Holman, hi, she's going to be our treasurer. And Tiffany Basket is our vice president. I don't see her here. And then Lindsay is not officially on the, what do you call it, an officer, but she is very much involved as one of our coordinators for Hot Lunch, which we're still trying to figure out if we're going to be able to do that or not. Anybody else I'm forgetting? We do have a box top coordinator, but I'm not sure box tops are really happening anymore. I don't know. We'll look at that later.
Yeah, cleanup day also starts at 6 o'clock. So thank you, Angela, for putting that down. So that's the 6 p.m. start for our cleanup day.
And how that usually works too is we have a list of everything that needs to be done, and then you just kind of pick something that you want to work on, bringing our own cleaning supplies and rakes and blowers and stuff like that, because we don't have a whole lot there at the school, but if you can bring your own tools, that'd be great. Inside and outside cleaning, right?
Angela, is there a committee for the homecoming float?
We don't have a committee yet. Oh, I guess that would need to be put in place then before, because the homecoming is October 1st. Our first meeting isn't until after that. We don't have a committee. So if somebody would be interested in that, that would be great. You can get a hold of me. I have the application for the float. Some of the fairy tale topics have already been chosen, so we can't use those. But when we have an idea or 2 or 3, we submit that and get one of our ideas approved. So if somebody loves to do that kind of stuff, that would be great.
Any questions this evening, just in regards to school and school opening and things that you've just been thinking about that we could help out with? I don't see much going in the chat, so if you want to just unmute and talk, feel free as well.
Just wanted to let you guys know that the Pi Social will be Thursday, October 7th. That's according to our school calendar that is on the web. So we should probably stick with that.
Thank you. The other thing I just wanted to mention too is more stuff. I don't know I know Parent Square, it becomes like, oh my gosh, another email from the school, but we're really hoping you guys check that daily. That is our main communication tool that we kind of put out all of our surveys and everything that we need to get information back. So we're hoping that our parents really, number one, from the classrooms, respond to teachers, and number two, from the school. If we're asking a school-wide, certain needs that we need in order to run a school efficiently and effectively, we're really hoping that you guys can check that and respond and be active with our Parent Square app. So that's super important. Lindsay's kind of our communicator. She's got all our parents and their texts, and she communicates through Parent Square as well. And she does a great job for us in that avenue. So
So Angela is asking if we should have an EPTC meeting on Monday, September 13th.
I think we should.
It would be fine with me. My only concern was for the teachers, because you've only had the kids for 4 days and I didn't want to bombard you with one more thing to do. But if we've got stuff happening before that October meeting, maybe we should meet. Okay, so all other meetings would be the first Monday of the month, except for this one. So we'll plan on a meeting the September 13th. It's my birthday.
You're a trooper. You're a trooper. I just want you guys to know how excited we are to start the year. And Evergreen staff is the hardest working staff I've been around, and they teach with passion, teach with their hearts. They love your students and your children. They love their students and your children. And I'll tell you what, they come to school every day to serve. And so we're servants for you. We're excited to start the year. And if there's anything we can do as the year goes to make it more efficient, easier, please reach out to us. That's why we get up every morning, and that's why we show up. So thank you. And I'll stick around if there's any other quick questions. If people want to start taking off and go and getting some supper, awesome. But I'll just stick around if anyone has a question they don't feel is good for the whole group. So have a great evening.